Well, hello, I bought an old bike and it got me 10 miles from the dealers and it broke down. So here I am at the side of the road in a very picturesque place in the countryside, sitting here waiting for the recovery vehicle to come and pick me up and take me all the way back home, which is about, I don't know, I think it's about 80 miles away from here or something, back to where I live. It was a cheap bike that I bought with no warranty from a Honda main dealers, and it's a BMW R1150RT 2002 bike. And these things are normally bulletproof, or at least the engines are, but the issue with this was I was just riding along, 50-mile-an-hour road, riding along at about 50, and the engine just stopped suddenly. And now looks like the battery's flat because the hazard warning lights have stopped flashing too. So this might end up being a project bike that I've got to do more with. So we will see what happens. Well, I managed to get home, having been recovered yesterday evening just as it was going dark. And as you can see from the bike, it is in a bit of a state, and this is going to be my project bike that I'm going to be spending time trying to sort out, and there's lots to sort out on it. So as you can see, it's in a bit of a sorry state, and I am kind of trying to get into the ins and outs of it to see what's going on, because there's a lot of kind of neglect here. Looks like it's been kept outside. It looks like it's got wet. It's got rust in places, but it is sort of fairly surfacey kind of rust. So I should be able to sort that out. It doesn't look like there's any kind of major framework issues, but the wiring is kind of in a bit of a state. Here's a load of stuff that I've taken out that obviously somebody at some point had wired up some weird kind of little LED thing on the back, some sort of reflector thing that had LED lights in it, some kind of fog light or something you could switch on from the dash, and they made a mess of the dash in doing it. So just about everything on this bike is a little bit of a sorry state. I found a bag of bolts and nuts and God knows what stuck inside the fuse box, and that kind of seems to be most of the bolts from the panel on the fairing on the other side, where there's loads of bolts missing. So I think what's happened is they've kind of lost these little clips that go onto things, and they've been bodging them up with various things and number plates, plastic screws and nuts and God knows what. But I am going to give it a shot. I've spoken to Graham's Motorcycles in Bradford, who are pretty clued up on these things. They've been doing these old BMWs for years, and obviously newer ones too. They do servicing and that kind of stuff. So I'm hoping that he can figure out why it's not starting, because that's getting it mechanically right has got to be the first thing before I put any money into having it resprayed and getting it looking in pretty good condition. But when I say project, I'm not really that clued up myself on things, but you know, for example, that doesn't look right to me, whatever that thing is there dangling out. It was kind of just tucked in there like that, but that doesn't look right, and looks like it's going to need a lot of sort of care and attention. So I'm going to try and get it dried out, get it inside the garage. I've got the battery on charge at the minute. It's now showing 12.8 volts, so it seems to be kind of holding a charge. Dug out this old BMW charger, which I had when I last had a BMW, and I've forgotten what these things do on it. Can't remember. I'm randomly pressing buttons now, and not sure whether that's any good or not. It's saying 6% charge, is that right? Maybe the battery's knackered, maybe it needs a new battery. I mean, it is a 22-year-old bike, it's from 2002. So it's going to not be in that kind of new state that I often get bikes, but it would be nice to try and get it up and running and get it sorted out. So these, I'm just going to show you these stickers that were all over it, these horrible red stickers. I'm just in the process of removing them. I've removed them from the other fairing and the two panniers, and I'll just remove them now from here. Paintwork is in a bit of a mess. I mean, some of it is okay ish, but I mean, it's all a bit kind of like it's been knocked about a bit. So looks like if I do go into this, what was a sort of fairly cheapish bike, to get it sorted out, it is going to end up costing me a fair bit of cash to get sorted. But my idea is that I will try and get as much of it done, see if I can get it done for summer of this year, and I shall stick some videos up on YouTube. So that is it for this little video. Thanks for watching, and this is the state of my garage at the minute. It's all completely all over the place, and there's a little Honda CB 500X sitting there as the only current reliable bike that I've got. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.